this is kind of repetitive of what we've done before because, all right, solving inequalities is the same as solving equations except for what? Y'all focus here. Exercise and focus. Except if you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the symbol. What else is different? It's not an equal sign. So the answer, the solution is an interval of numbers, right? It's an array of numbers. So we can express the answer as an inequality. We can graph the answer. Or we have even looked in this class on how to write the answer in interval notation. So there's different ways that you can express the solution. There's different ways to express the solution of an equation too, but they're not nearly as interesting as being able to express the solutions of an inequality. All right? So that's the correct answer. You must flip the inequality. You can multiply to both sides, divide both sides by a negative number, and the way we express our answers could be different. So I don't think you even need to write this down, but let's talk our way through it. What would you do here to solve this inequality? Add 12 to both sides. Divide by positive 8. Why is it important that we talk about the sign that we're dividing by? You might have to flip. Yeah. So if we divide both sides by positive 8, we get m is less than or equal to negative 4, isn't it? No, you're right. It's 12, so that's 3. All right, then what would we do? Negative 3, sorry. What would we do to graph the solution? That's a closed circle at negative 3, shade to the left, and real quickly, what do we say the interval notation for that solution set would be?
M is an element of parentheses, negative infinity, comma, negative 3, bracket.
Yes. So that's what the interval notation. So that's one of the differences between inequalities and equations is that we have a lot more. There's even more. There's just a set notation that you could use also for this. But this is kind of the difference. All right. Same thing here, except when we would have to do what on this problem? You're going to have to flip the symbol. Let's call it a symbol. Negative 3m is greater than 12. All right. Divide both sides by negative 3, and we'll get m is less than negative 4. You've got to remember to flip the symbol if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number in the process of solving. Okay? All right, what about this one? What do you have to be careful with when your variable is not on the left side in an inequality? When you shade, yeah, right. If the variable's on the left, it's okay to shade in the direction of the arrow. If the variable's not on the left, then we're going to need to shade the opposite direction or flip the inequality so we can see which direction to shade. First thing we would do here is simplify the left side. What's negative 8 plus negative 11? Negative 19. Less than negative 7d minus 12. Add 12 to both sides. We get negative 7 is less than negative 7d.
Divide by negative 7, flip the sign.
Flip the symbol.
So you get
d is less than 1. Right? So we need to write it this way if we wanted to shade in the direction of the symbol. You need to be careful that you remember that. All right? What do we do this one? Everybody work this one on your own. Let me see how you do. Take a second to work this one. There's a couple of tricky things here. Let me ask you at the beginning, what are we multiplying by on the left side? Do I have to flip the symbol?
No.
No, because I'm not doing that to the equation in the process of solving it. It was given to me that way. So I got to just... good advice for you guys. Dance with who brung you. Just remember that on Saturday. Right? Y'all don't get that yet. You will one day. He thinks it's funny. Bob Wills and Texas Playboys sang a song. You remember that song? Asleep at the Wheel? Re-recorded it. You got to dance with who brung you, swing with who swung you. Life ain't no 40-yard dash. That's it. How we doing?
I'm right.
I think I got it right.
All right, let's answer Sean's question. Sean, tell me what you did. Y'all pay attention. What'd you get on the left? Well, what'd you get on the left? Negative 24 plus 6x is greater than or equal to what? Y'all listen. What is negative 12 squared written this way? Negative 144. Okay? So there's a lot of, what's that? Exclamation there. All right, there's a lot of little things you can do wrong on this problem. It's negative 144 because the negative is not being squared, only the 12. Okay? So then you would add 24 to both sides. 6x is greater than or equal to 120 negative. All right? Divide both sides by 6. X is greater than or equal to negative 20. All right? Everybody okay? And if we graph that, that would be a closed circle at negative 20 and shade to the right. Okay? What would we do here? Get rid of fractions by multiplying everything by 20 would work. Any multiple or any common multiple of 4, 2, and 10 would work. 20 is the least common multiple of those two things. If we multiply through by 20, we get 15y plus 10 is less than 14. Is that right? Subtract 10 from both sides. 15y is less than 4. Y is less than 4/15. All right, so remember to eliminate fractions whenever you can. Go ahead. All right. And that's it. That is not your homework.